What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bryce, and today I'm going to be reading chapter 11 of the Parker Inheritance. Let's begin. Chapter 11. Do you have a computer and internet at home? Candace asked Brandon as they entered the atrium. Please tell me you do. Now that we know his name, this could be our big break. It's super slow, but it works, Brandon said. Do you really think it's that simple? We do a web search on this Parker guy, and that leads us to the money? That seems, I don't know, convenient, easy. Maybe it's just that I can't help but wonder, what if this was the one clue my grandma missed, just like we almost did? What if? She let her words float up to the top of the school's fake blue sky. She didn't want to talk about the rest of what she was thinking, like how finding Parker, or rather not finding Parker, could have been the thing that sent her grandmother off track, the thing that led to her digging up Vickers Park when she should have been searching somewhere else. But the letter talks about Siobhan's parents, not James Parker. Brandon pushed the door open, allowing sunlight to spill into the school. I wish we had more time in here, time in there. We probably would have asked more questions about Leanne Washington. Maybe there's something about her on the DVD. Candace tugged on her backpack straps. Do you have a DVD player as well? A desktop computer and internet service weren't the only luxuries Candace and her mother were living without this summer. Our computer should be able to play it, he said. I suggest we go to the library to be on the safe side, but it's closed on Fridays, so home it is. He gave her a nervous smile. Unless I can convince you to stop for lunch. We're not too far from Sam's Superette. They have the best chili cheese dogs in town. Hot dogs from a gas station. Candace stuck out her tongue. No thanks. A service station? Candace corrected. Or maybe we can get some ice cream. Candace couldn't tell where Brandon was going with his comments. She was hungry, but she also wanted to see the video and look up James Parker before her dad arrived. Hold on, she said, pulling out her mom's phone. Let me see where my dad is. She quickly opened a message to her father, then typed, ETA. Still a few hours away. Had to check a construction site. How is Candy? Candace quickly typed back, this is Candy. I'm good. Can't wait to see you. And no texting and driving. Safety man. She stared at the screen for a few seconds, then went back and corrected the text. This is Candace. I'm good. Can't wait to see you. And no texting and driving. Safety man. She sent the text, then pocketed the phone. My dad will be here soon, she said. We should go to your house and do more research. I'm fine with a sandwich from home. They started back toward their neighborhood on their bikes. As they entered their subdivision, Brandon slammed on his brakes. Crap, he muttered. I knew this would happen. Three kids rode toward them. They were too far away for Candace to really see them, but with one glance at Brandon, she knew it had to be Milo and his buddies. Now Candace understood why Brandon had wanted to delay coming back home, why he'd been hesitant to bike in the first place. He had been trying to avoid Milo. They'll chase me down if I try to take off, Brandon said. You can go ahead if you want. Candace shook her head. I'll stay, she said quietly. It was the least she could do. He relaxed a little. Don't worry, Milo would never hit a girl. Probably. He started pedaling. We should meet them in front of Mrs. Palmer's house. She's always spying out her window. She'll break things up if, well, you know. Candace and Brandon came to a stop and waited for Milo and his friends to reach them. Each wore baggy basketball shorts, old t-shirts, and blue high tops. What's going on? Brandon? Milo said. He spoke the name in a sing-song manner, drawing out the syllables. Just riding around, Brandon said. Candace had to give him credit. His voice didn't waver. "Who's your friend?" Milo asked. "My name is Candace," she answered. Surprisingly, her voice was solid as well. "You're living in Miss Caldwell's old house?" one of the boys asked. He took his t-shirt and wiped his forehead. "Your mom's the writer?" She nodded. "So how did you end up hanging without Brandon?" Milo asked, dragging out the name again. "Is he the closest thing to a girl you can find to be friends with?" "He's more of a girl than his freak of a sister," one of the other boys said. "Leave her alone," Brandon warned, his voice wavering now. "Leave them both alone." "Calm down, man," Milo said. "It's not like she's your girlfriend." "Of course she's not my—" "Brandon doesn't like girls," Milo said, turning to Candace. "But I'm guessing you already figured that out." "It ain't hard to tell." Candace put her hand on her pocket over her mom's phone. Would it be okay for her to call home? Or would they try to grab the phone as soon as she pulled it out? "Leave her alone," Brandon repeated. "Or what? No teacher to tattletale this summer." There's a problem here, boys." They turned, and an older woman stood on her porch, her hands on her hips. "No problem, Mistress Palmer," Milo said, his voice dripped with honey. "Then go on home, Milo," she said. "All y'all should go home. It's too hot to be standing in the middle of the sidewalk." "Yes, ma'am," they murmured. "And Milo, tell your mama to call me. I need a ride to church on Sunday." Milo nodded. As soon as the door closed, he turned to one of his friends. "I hate when the old people ride in our car. They always smell like medicine and Lysol." Milo kicked his leg over his bike and took off. He steered toward Brandon, almost like he was trying to clip him. At the last moment, Brandon leaned away, barely avoiding Milo's handlebars. But he lost his balance, and he and his bike fell into the sidewalk. Milo and his friends laughed and rode away. Candace jumped off her bike. "You okay?" "I'm fine," Brandon said, brushing grit from his hands. "Brandon, I'm sorry." "It's fine." He didn't look at her as he got back on his bike. "But it's my fault. If I hadn't made you ride to the memorial, drop it, okay?" He took off, his legs pumping hard in the wind. As fast as she pedaled, Candace couldn't keep up. And that was chapter 11. So tomorrow I'll be reading chapter 12. And that's about it. Peace out.